Hello, hello, hello. Hi, friends. I am currently in the middle of a Tetris round, so I'm gonna finish that up and then we can start the stream. I started playing to kind of like pass the time. I'm still in the round though, so I don't know if you want to watch me or like if you just want to wait. I don't actually know if I can switch over right now without messing up. What's up, gamers? Hey, it's Ace. How are you doing? Hello. I see you are here to catch the Ace Attorney stream after all. Also, thank you for the follow on Twitter. I saw that right before I went live. Thank you for joining the nest off-stream nest where I continue to yell into the abyss. Damn, blowing us off for Tetris immediately. No, I'm still here. No, I'm still here. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna watch it. Here we are. Tell my wife. Shout out to my stream deck for making it possible for me to switch scenes real quick. Now it's a Bonnie experience. Now it's a Bonnie experience. I'm totally gonna lose this. I got a pro controller for my birthday, so now it's like I'm true pro gamer now. I'm trying to like test it out, see if I like it better. I kind of do. It's kind of a little funky. Because I'm not used to it, most likely. Ah, shit. Damn! Damn! They played me. God, I hate that. Okay. Alright, that was my Tetris stream for the day. No, it's not. I'm probably gonna play a little bit more after... what am I doing? What are we doing? Ace Attorney! Alright. How's everyone doing? Are we good? Are we having fun? Are we vibing? It's Friday. Are we vibing? I hope we're all vibing. That wasn't AA, but now it's AA. Now you see Capcom. I know you're gonna go snoozle. Press the A button. The sound! I love the sound! Okay. I don't really know what any of this means. Oh! Do I want transparency? I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll do like low transparency. I was gonna put French. Alright. I think that's good. Okay, so we're playing the first one, but I do have all three in this game. We're gonna play the first one. Oh, I'm so excited! I'm actually doing some case freeze right now, so this is fitting. Of course you are, lawyer person. God, I'm so excited! I have like really vivid memories of the first few cases because the Ace Attorney anime came out, and they stuck super closely to the cases. I'm actually excited to get back into like, okay, so like there's like a major case in this first game that I forget about all the time. Look at the murder weapon! Oh, it's brutal. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this! I've gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him! I'll make it look like he did it! He's so sweaty. I will snooze, but have a good game. PS Phoenix Wright is gonna... Yes! Hi, Body's mom! Hi, welcome to the stream! I'm playing Ace Attorney. I'm being a lawyer today. I know nothing about Ace Attorney. LMAO, time to learn. Oh my god, this game is like absolutely so stupid sometimes. I love it. Boy, am I nervous! Right. I love her. Oh, hiya, Chief. Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. I'm kind of a mild Edgeworth kind of person. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. My mom is very confused by you saying hi. You know, it happens. Tell her I'm friendly. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe him my current job to him. That's not what it said at all. I can ruin Phoenix that I'm not taking... Stop, Myth! Go to bed! Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life! Everything! It's all over! Oh, that VTuber! Oh, perfect. There's a lull in the audio so I can play this. Let's see if we get body. It'd be really funny if we did. Does that Debbie Ryan hair tuck thing? Does that Debbie Ryan hair tuck thing? Ah, oh, Debbie Ryan. Alright, y'all ready for Who Dat VTuber? Ooh woo. That was not body. That was not body. That was me! That was me! Not the Debbie Ryan. My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Dad, despair! Oh! I can do an ooh woo. I believe in that. I really do. I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! That's me. Hey there, Larry! Dude, I'm so guilty! Tell them I'm guilty! Give me the death sentence! I ain't afraid to die! What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over! I finished! Finished! My phone's gonna die. Hope you have an amazing stream. Thank you so much for dropping by! I vibe with the client. His name is Larry Butts. The client didn't get the memo. This is Ace Attorney, not Danganronpa. I kind of like want to play Danganronpa, but I'm also kind of like, do I really though? I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took me away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. That's simple? A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. That's so unfortunate. Murder, the simplest case. Ketchup. Some watery ketchup. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. That's so unfortunate. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case. To clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do! Thanks, Nick. You're a real homie. District Courtroom number 2, August 3rd. The courtroom noises. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide your fate will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you control your nerves. You know what? I just remembered, basically, like, every case in Ace Attorney is a murder case. Now that I'm refreshing my memory, every single case is a murder case. Murder is one of the most nuanced cases, which makes this even funnier. I think I remember one time, it started off as like a theft case, and then it became a murder case, and I was like, ah, there it is. A little murder, a little simp for the pro tag, little... Oh, okay. Are we barking in the chat again? You know, divorce lawyers? Phoenix is that, but for murders, I guess. Yeah. Sure. Oh my god, Ace, you'll bark! New bonding activities, barking in the chat, because yesterday we were just barking in chat because I was so mad. Everyone was just mad, so we were just barking. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Divorce brings between your body and life. Your spirit and your body, it's gone. I love that everyone's barking. Should I have a bark redeem? Should I add a bark redeem? I should do that next time. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Gulp. Hands shaking. Eyesight fading. Cutie! Wait, I'm gonna add a bark redeem just for y'all. I'll make it 100 points so it's cheap. We're gonna do it right now. I love that everyone's joining in on the barks. Knee is weak, arms are heavy. Mom spaghetti, something. I don't even know what the rest of the song is. Hang on, where's my stuff? Channel points. Arf. Literally, we'll add a bark just for you. Bark. Alright. I don't have a picture. I'll add a picture later. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be math chaos, but it's okay. It's okay. This is for funsies. I'll just bark on stream for y'all. Alright, it's active. Once he clears his case, he should clear his dinner schedule because... Myth, go to bed! Watch this whole stream bring us barking and Myth will simp. Yeah, Myth is just gonna simp. He's just gonna simp. Yeah, just, you know, me just barking. No worries. Just, you know, no worries. Just casual barking whenever I see the redeem. This test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. I knew y'all were gonna spam it. I knew it. I totally knew you were all gonna spam it. I was like, I was gonna put a limit on it, but then I was like, no, we're just gonna bark. It's okay. Mass chaos just for y'all because I love you. I have 11.9k. Why do you do this to me? Please state the name of the defendant in this case. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. What an unfortunate name. Do you love how my bark is like a small dog bark? Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me what's the victim's name? Huh? Woo! I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. What is Cindy? I really do love your barks. Bark for you, Shima. Hang on, what's going on my feed? Shima, I have 5k points and we all have the barks in the world. I'll bark for you. I've got 9,000 saved for silly nonsense. Pomeranian barks is exactly what it is. I have little Pomeranian barks. That's really what it is. See, now learning to love Phoenix was a journey. Man. Her name is Cindy. Wait. Uh-oh. And it all started with that one version of him. With the scruffy hair and the beanie! Oh my god, that's like Phoenix, like, in the future, but also I think in the past. No, that's a future Phoenix. Depressed Phoenix made me homosexual. That's true, that was depressed Phoenix era, you're right. No, wait, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim! Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the R button to check it anytime, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Your Honor, he forgot. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Shit, there's another Cindy? What? Oh, I was like, there's another Cindy. Can you imagine her name being Cindy Block? That's so unfortunate. Winston Payne. Lacks presence. Generally bad at getting his points across. Same. The victim in this case, a model, Cindy Stone, Larry Butts, Mia Fey. Oh, I love Mia. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Winced in pain. Such an unfortunate name. LMO, it says Cinder Block, not Cindy. Wait, does it really say Cinder Block? That's really funny, actually. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. A Cindy Block. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Does the judge look different to you? A statue in the shape of a thinker. It's rather heavy. Well, that's why it's a blunt force object. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R button to check the court record frequently. This is a lot of voices to juggle. It is. I don't really have that many voices to go with, but you know what? I'm proud of myself because I'm not stumbling over my words. So, good for me. Practice. Use the R button. Shit. Where is it? Statue. Huh. Quite unfortunate. Bam! Should just be barking. I'm not gonna make one of the voices just barking. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Mia, that's a tall order. Do you know who we're defending here? That's a tall order. Hydration. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Is he gonna cry? Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Wow! Right off the bat! Hi, Basil! Hello! You jinxed it, homie is gonna step on stage like, sign me up for the death by Cindy Block, please! That's basically... Larry's just like, I did it. Just give it to me. Just do it. Do the thing. I'm bored. Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? Didn't they all die? Exactly, they all died. I wasn't dumped. She wasn't taking my phone calls. Or just seeing me. Ever. He's twitching. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you described is generally what we mean by dumped. They did all die. LMAO. I was like, homie, that's unfortunate. In fact, she had completely abandoned you. And was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies. All of it lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to court records. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30 the day before the murder. You know what? I like remember this case so vividly. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes. Older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I... My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oof! Wince! Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I met her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accurse's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Your Honor, Mr. Butts is a loser. Mr. Butts is a low-key incel? He's not quite an incel. He's just kind of like... He's just stupid. He's just stupid. He's like a happy-go-lucky guy. He's just stupid. He's a himbo. Kind of. Kind of. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth! Yeah, I was there. I went. Order. Well, Mr. Butts? Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so like, I didn't see her. I'll be real, I was expecting answer to be sugar daddies. Where do I sign up? Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butt is lying.
Well, that simplifies the matter. Who's your witness?
The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
What's up with your shoes, man? Order! Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand.
I forgot about how stupid these names are. Forgot how stupid they were. Oh, I hate them already.
Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct?
Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Oh, God, here we go. Witness account.
Frank Sawit! I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside.
Who says that I quailed in fright?
I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there.
He's doing a little wiggle thing. A little wiggle thing with his body. Oh, God. He's a door-to-door salesman. Don't trust him. Your Honor, he used quail. He's a sussy.
Larry, why did you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawhit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? All right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? Phoenix, get it together. You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you have found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with the R button, then point out contradictions in the testimony.
Wah, wah. Wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. Do, 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 do,
Okay. I like pressing every single statement, so we're just gonna do that. Hold it! Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd you would take notice of him. I don't know. He just seems strange to me, that's all.
Like he was mad and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. The defense requests that the witness refrain from conjecture. Of course, what the witness means is that the man he saw looked suspicious. So what happened next? Phoenix is low-key no thoughts head empty, and honestly, me too, man. That's basically what Phoenix is. That's not a man, that's a wiggle worm and a dude. You wiggle, 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 wiggle. Press. Hold it! Half open, you say? Yes, the door was open halfway, yes. I watched for a moment, but no one came to close the door. That's odd. In a big city like this, I thought. I don't know what voices I'm doing. I see. What happened next? Thinking it's strange, I looked inside the apartment. On it! What gave you the idea to do that? Well, the door was half open, you see. Isn't it only human to want to peek? We climb mountains because they are there. It's the same thing. Truer words have never been spoken. Anyone would have looked inside. Really? Why did pain cut him off so quickly? So you looked into the apartment. What happened then? Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. Is he gonna be like, are you sure she was dead? Phoenix, you're so stupid. How did I know? I knew it. It's gonna be like... I knew it. Are you sure she was dead? Phoenix! Phoenix! Please! Someone clip that right now. Clip that shit right now. Oh my god. I'm too good at this. You berate Phoenix like he's a dog? He's kind of a puppy. He's kind of a puppy. What? Well, no, I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all and there was blood everywhere. I guess that would look fatal to anyone. Very well, what happened next? Phoenix! If I bark at him, will he bark back? No. He'll probably just yell at you. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. Huh? So you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yes. I mean, no, nothing. Okay, what happened next? I thought to call the police immediately. Aw, thank you for the clip! Yes, Sapphire playing 8th attorney. You thought to call the police? Does that mean you didn't actually call them? Please, listen to the rest of the testimony. You thought to call the police. What happened next? Also, this is my first experience with this game, and I'm having a time. It gets even better. Oh my god, I think you would love this game. You say Phoenix like how I call my dog Phoenix! Dude, this game, this is one of my favorite series, and now that I'm older and I can actually appreciate it a little more, I'm excited to dive deep into this and not be stupid. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. Hold it! The phone in her apartment wasn't working? Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't. Right. But you said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you? Oh, that? I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using it to call. And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Why use a public phone? Well, you see, I don't have a cell phone. And being in the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer at the nearby apartments. Ah, right. What time did you call again? I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Have it! 1 p.m.? Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 p.m.? Right. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. I knew that was going to be the clue. I just want to keep going real quick. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Are you absolutely 100% positive? Yes, it was him. No mistake about it. The witness says he's certain. That's all of it. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere. Examine the court record with the R button if something strikes you as suspicious. Then find the evidence that contradicts his testimony and present it to the court. Okay, so I am gonna present blah 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 the 1 p.m. thing because in the file it says that she died at 4 o'clock. But he said that it was 1 o'clock. Where's my X button? This one. Objection! You found the body at 1 p.m.? You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? He wiggles even more! Oh! No! Oh! Objection! This is trivial! The witness merely forgot the time! Nope, 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 nope. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. saw it. Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait! I remember now! Would you care to give your testimony again? Why does he tap the paper like that? I don't know, he's just like, bah, bah. Look at here! Imagine trying to read off that paper and it's just wiggling. You know what? Okay, before we get into his testimony again, I will say that as the series moves on, it gets like more mystical and spiritual. So like there's kind of like a added element. So right now it's the most basic gameplay where it's like just find contradictions, present evidence, and things like that. But as the series progresses, there's like added layers of like a mystical aspect, which makes it kind of interesting. So we'll see. Not quite dark. Well, actually, no. I wouldn't say dark magic, but it's a very spiritual kind of thing. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Ooh, that's a contradiction. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about that. The misunderstanding. Ooh, contradiction, you know why? Who wants to guess why? I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. He meets God, got it! Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. You know what? When I used to study in college, I would actually play the Ace Attorney soundtracks because it was such a good thing. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. You said heard, not saw? Yes, heard. All I saw was the body lying there. I didn't think to look at anything else, least of all my watch. Hang on, I'm turning down the music a bit. Okay. Isn't that a little strange? So you're saying you heard something, but if you were so shocked by the body, you wouldn't hear anything at all. Objection! The witness did say he actually heard the time. He's sweating. He's sweating so much. It's ludicrous to suggest he wouldn't hear anything. I have to agree with the prosecution. Witness, continue your testimony. Maybe he can't read a clock? Cause damn. Meh. There is a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Watching this guy wiggle is making me wiggle too. Hold it! Are you sure it was a television and not a radio? Well, no, I guess it might have been a radio. Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises. There was only one large television. Right. I can't put my finger on it, but something about this seems fishy. Something about hearing the television. The witness has testified he heard the time. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? Clocks are hard. I can read clocks, but it requires too much thinking to be convenient. So, like, do you rely on, like, digital clocks? I mean, that's valid, but... Basil! Hey, yo, Basil! Basil got it. Basil got it. The power went out. So there couldn't have been a TV to listen to, because the power went out. Basil, hey yo! Hype emotes in the chat for Basil. How do you explain the gap? Well, witness, can you explain this? I realize ignoring the time till it's 4 a.m. and I'm watching a bird yell at people in the courtroom. That me! I burp, I yell. Yeah! Hype emotes in the chat for Basil! I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. A video? Yes, that would explain why the time was wrong. True, true. Right. I think the problem lies someplace else. We agreed that you heard the time on the scene then, at the scene then. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Are you sure the voice you heard said it was 1 p.m.? Yes, I can practically hear it now. It was quite clear. Mr. Payne, has the prosecution verified this testimony? My apologies, Your Honor. I too have only just learned that the witness heard the time. Oh, I'm really sorry. I only remembered it just now. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Hold it! Well, you just watch it. Not much point pressing him on that one, was there? LMAO. Alright, time to go complain about the TV. Power outage. Objection! Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. Flappy, flappy, flap, flap, flap. Now that you pointed it out, I can't, like, not look at it. Flappy, flappy, flappy. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Do actual lawyers yell in court like this? That would be so chaotic. I think they do. No, they probably don't. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think they actually yell like this. Dude, weird stuff be happening in this courtroom though. Like, this is probably like a more normal case because it's the first one. It just gets worse from here. Well, you see in Legally Blonde, which is a great source of realism. Oh my god, Legally Blonde. We love Legally Blonde. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawit. Chaos courtroom, similar to this chat sometimes. I love chaos in my chat. It's very contained chaos. Very respectful chaos, so I'm here for it. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. It's only an anime court. I mean, did you see the dude's hair? The dude's hair. The dude's hair really do be like a iconic thing. My mom was probably like, what the fuck are you doing? And the time has come. My mom is really probably like, what the actual fuck are you doing? Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Okay. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. This man is a wee bit stupid. Woof woof! I don't remember if I did Basil's bark, so you get an extra one. This man is a wee bit stupid. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. I love when people say gladly. I don't know why. It's just like such like a powerful way to do it. The actual murder weapon in the corner. Okay, who wants to guess why this is fucking weird? How? That strikes me as a very suspicious mistake. Yes, I can see how you'd be a little doubtful. I'm really sorry. I only just remembered that table clock. A table clock? Yeah, no spoilers. Whoa. Bro, didn't he say there was ketchup everywhere? Is ketchup code? Is ketchup for code now? Second reason I'm gay for repeating story. I have a thing for men who say gladly. Myth! Myth! Ketchup. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? A table clock? Was there a clock at the scene? This is the first I've heard of it. Everyone's just like, a clock? Huh? I know, I wanna be like a badass CEO that says gladly. I wanna be the type of person that can say gladly and not have it be out of place. Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. The murder weapon? Yes, the table clock that we use as a weapon. That's what I just said. Did you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something? Something's fishy here. Who wants to guess why it's weird? Not Mello, because Mello already knows. That must have been what I saw. Now, find the contradiction. Wait, I forgot to press that last one. There you go. Why didn't you tell us this in the first place? I guess it just slipped my mind. I'm not really sure how it happened myself. The witness says he saw the table clock. End of story. The murder weapon was the statue? The statue was the murder weapon, LMAO. Are y'all ready? Y'all ready for some bullshit? Y'all ready for some bullshit? Hang on, not that one. Not this one. So so here's the thing. I have to present the evidence on the right statement, because then otherwise it'll dock me. So I have to like figure out which statement is it? Objection! Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Ah! You with your objections and your evidence! Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Solid. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock! Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? I do because I know what's happening. Ooh! Myth got a point! I feel like... I know why the case is wrong. Because I know how the case goes, but I have to play it right so that it unlocks all the right things. Yeah, I do. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he... You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I was in there! God, they get so aggressive when you call them out. It's so funny. I'll do better than that. I can prove you the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sott, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandably, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. Objection! What's the meaning of all this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? Why does his hair fly up like that? That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, whoa. Shut up, I hate you. It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn, give him death. Order in the court, My chat is just like... Don't you just love this game? I do. Moments, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claim. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. You're so funny. Can't you just, like, look at the clock? Can't you just look at the clock to see what? Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sott heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I asked the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Ah! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sott heard and the actual time of death. So Mr. Sott, try to talk your way out of this one. He's so sweaty and he's bald. Ha! You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proved nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I gonna prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. He looks like he's about to rip off his shirt. First the hair, then the shirt. Damn. I know, he's sweaty though. It's not even like nice. He's gotta cool off. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawit. I come all the way down here to testify and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! Is this a courtroom or a strip club? It's a zoo. You lawyers are all slime. Urgh, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sawit. Mia? I mean, Chief! Listen up, Wright? Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But, Chief, it's over. Zoo! I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Wait! Who wants to guess while we're here? Who wants to guess why I take a little sippy break? Oh! Oh! Y'all know something? Ooh! Y'all are so smart. Y'all are so smart! Snaps for you! Snaps for y'all! Snaps for you! Woo! I'm so excited. Maybe I can prove it! You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court records that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you can pull this one off. Let's see the evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Oh, it's true. Basil did come late, so they have an excuse. But you did catch on the power outage, which is also a really big part of the case, so. Alright, so just to review. This is the evidence. So this is the evidence we're presenting because, yeah, she was on a trip. Take that! The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Oh shit, I forgot that happened. Damn. Oh, order! Order, I say! I forgot that happened. Well...
was a bad pun. OMG, this game is great. Just wait until you see all the other puns in this game. Root beer float. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness?
He was arrested, has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Forbidden Fist, he passed away. He dead. He's gone. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Yay! Okay, now I'm off to bed. Nini. P.S. Phoenix Wright is still hot. Good night, Miff. Thank you for your energy and presence today in chat. Thank you for joining, Nini. And with that, this court is adjourned. Whiff, whiff. It turns out that Frank saw it was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawyer let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawyer grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find.
Damn. Ketchup.
August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Ooh, still can't believe we won. Right! Good job in there. Congratulations. The thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. What a dramatic ass. Phoenix is cool and all, but Mia kinda. I love Mia. We love Mia in this household. We support and we love Mia. She is a queen. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean bad. Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. My Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Actually, I'm thinking this might be misdemeanor manslaughter, huh? What? Mellow. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you! I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent! Thanks. I really owe you one. What a little doofy. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Yes. I think Phoenix was gonna call her like a gold digger or something. Cause she was like a sugar baby. His name is Larry. So the running joke in the game is that they don't remember his name ever. So they keep calling him Harry. So that his name becomes Harry Butts instead of Larry Butts. You know, like a hairy butt. So, yeah. Oh, hey! Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. What, really? You? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot. I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Larry seems like the kind of guy to say ooh. That's so funny. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? This, you dummy! Take that! Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen. Learn. Grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah. Part, at least. You'll have to tell me about that sometimes. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia. Now that I'm in law school, it's so funny. There is a huge drinking culture in the field. I feel like lawyers are just, they gotta party. They gotta live. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. Woo! Alright. I want to play this case because I think it's very significant. This case is very significant. So we're gonna have to play it. We're gonna play it. We're gonna do it. Save your progress? Yes, please. Oh shit, I gotta pick a save data? Okay. Yeah, sure. Oh, go back. Hello? This is Maya. Hey, Maya, it's me. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely, and it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about an upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like the statue of the thinker. And it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always liked toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now. You know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9 o'clock to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers. I could really go for a good burger. Okay. We'll hit the usual joint. Alright, it's a deal. Okay, sis, see you soon. Yep, I'll be waiting, Maya. Beep. Conversation recorded, September 5th, 9:27 a.m. September 5th, 8:57 p.m. Faye & Co. Law Offices. Now, Miss Faye, I'll take what's mine. The papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Faye, you are a poor liar. Why, I see you right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? Oh, you are not cogniferous of my background? Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. Ho! My dear Miss Faye, I am so very sorry. But I'm afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Faye. Red, white, blue. September 5th, 9:08 p.m. Faye & Co. Law Offices. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh? That's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. I smell blood. That can't be good. I have to check to see if Mia's the chief's okay. How do I move? Shit, how do I move? Oh, there we go. I was like, how do I move? That smell. Blood. This. Someone's there. Chief? Chief? Chief! Who are you? The strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Until finally, she was cold. Chief. Alright. Yeah, it's
a very, very extremely 180 turn. So sudden. I know. That's why I've been quiet this whole time, because I was like, well, y'all are gonna find out sooner or later. Yeah, it's really rough. It's so sad. Oh, the shards of glass. They seem to be the remains of a glass light stand. Chief, it's hard seeing her like this, but if there are any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. Thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. I know, it'll be okay. You know what? Actually, I wouldn't be too sad for too long. Because you remember when I said the game gets like really mystical and kind of like magical? Put a pin in that. Put a pin in that. Put a pin in that. But yeah, this is a really sad part of the game. It's like the part of the game of the series that people are like, they get really upset about. I don't know. Put a pin in the fact that this game is like not totally normal. Just a little. I don't know. I don't know. Do you know that? I don't know. There are some glass shards near the chief's body. Maybe pieces of the glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. Nothing else that seems like a clue here. A piece of paper. It must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? Oh wait, I missed it. A word is written in blood on the scrap of paper. Maya? Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from our department store, dated yesterday. Interesting. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I better call the police and find out what that girl was doing here. It's encrusted with dried blood. How ironic if this became the murder weapon again. That girl just now. Where'd she go? I put her right there on that sofa. Uh-oh. I hope she didn't run on me. Yay! Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay. I work here. Maya. Maya Faye. Maya Faye? Maya? So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt? I never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside of the courtroom. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name! Why? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would Sis write my name? Uh-oh. Now I've done it. I'd better hurry up and call the police. So, you're the chief's sister. I'm her younger sister. You were here visiting? This late at night? Yes. She said she wanted me to keep some evidence for her. Evidence? Yes. It was that clock. It was the thinker. She seems to be in shock. I don't want to disturb her, but I have to know. Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened? I came in. The room was dark. And Sis... So she was already dead. Oh, it's so sad! What the hell is this? The reception desk. I usually sit here! Phoenix, you sit at the desk? You couldn't cram more legal books in here even if you wanted to. Few can gaze upon their shelves without feeling insignificant. A small writing desk cluttered with office supplies. Literally no one with siblings call them bro or sis.
I get called little no, I get called little sister, so I don't get called sis. The door to the chief's office is slightly open. I better not touch the doorknob. Couch. This sofa is for clients. It's leather, a real luxury model. A large painting. I guess you'd call this modern art. I, on the other hand, call it a mistake. Okay, Phoenix. All right. Move office. How do I call the police? Oh, right here. Right. I better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. Looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police! Please come quick! What was that? Someone screaming from outside the window? Hi. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand? Oh, Nissan, that's true. That's a good point. A perfectly normal office desk. The chief had a very particular policy about office decor. Spend big on stuff the client used, but keep your own stuff simple. Surprisingly, the chief was never good with machines. About all she used his PC for was email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing. All the chief's important documents are packed in here. This is where she filed her case recordings and recent rulings. The phone receiver is missing a few screws. I'd better not use it. Okay, is that it? I think that's it. Oh, chair. The chief's chair. A simple, functional design. Feels pretty good to sit in, too. I think that's it. Slide? Oh, slide! There's a large building right across from the office. The Gatewater Hotel. A nice, luxurious place. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, no. It's painful to look, but I have to for Mia's sake. Looks like she was hit in the head with a blunt weapon. She probably died instantly. I already checked that. Oh, I was like, what? Okay, slide. Oops. Slide. Let's go back. Huh? The police! Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze! Police! Hi! Alright, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe? What an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder. Must have been that woman I saw. It's an unfortunate name. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving an inch, Kay? Great. Just great. Detective. Maya. Wait, she wouldn't have... Nah. Whoa! Excuse me. Does this word Maya here mean anything to you? That's my name. What? The victim drew this hair in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Killer? I'm not. Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. What? Mia, the voice you put on for Gumshoe makes you think you're about to yell gnarly. Gnarly! Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. September 6, 9:07 a.m. Detention Center Visitors Room. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Oh, this music's so sad! Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning. I forgot my voice for Maya. Good morning. She looks so tired. Are you going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I'd better give it to her straight. It's up to you. Up to me? Yes. I don't think this is something I should decide. After all, you're the one in trouble here. They're never going to believe me, are they? Even you, when you found me in the office. You looked at me like I did it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought. It's okay, I understand. And I also heard about you. Heard? Heard about me? Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while. Ha! So he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the heart of evil type. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Ha! Sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get into trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. Wow. Mia's just gossiping about Phoenix to her sister. Honestly, same though. I want to gossip. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia... I know. Oh, she's crying. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Yes? What's with that outfit? Oh, this? This is what all alkalites wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Alkalites? Like people in religious training? What is it you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training. A spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Bro, it's been an hour, but it's only felt like 10 minutes. Give me a few years and I'll gossip with you. Gossip with me, homie. Bro, it's been an hour and it's only felt like 10 minutes. Is that good or bad? I can't tell. Is this like one of those situations that's like, we're having so much fun that you can't tell that time passes? Is that what's happening? That we have so much fun here that you can't tell what time it is? I love that. I'm so glad we're having fun. I love Ace Attorney so much. I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for her upcoming trial. Evidence? Yes, that clock shaped like the thinker. The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case? Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yeah. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone. You recorded it? Yeah. I forgot how to delete those things. So, you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone? Let's hear it. Right. Oh, I just remembered. That detective took my cell phone. Sorry. Oh, right. Of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure, thanks. Maya's memo. The conversation I had with my sister is recorded on my cell phone. She's so cute, I love her. So you're an alkalite. Medium in training? That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Wait a second. You said the Fae family? So Mia was into this stuff too? Of course! She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers are first class, too.
I had no idea. Wait,
What?
so you're a real, honest-to-goodness spirit medium? With ESP and all that?
Yes. In training.
Well, can't you contact me as spirit then? We can just ask her who killed her.
I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level.
I thought that would be too easy.
Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave this to me a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go and ask him to represent me?
Sure, why not? I'll go ask.
Thank you so much!
She's totally coming back as a ghost or some shit. You also probably could have used that in court. Oh, how do you know? A ghost told me, LOL. Put a pin in that too. Put a pin in that too, because just remember that. Just remember that. Just remember that. No, I'm not gonna say anything else about it, but just that's important. It's funny you said that.
I have no one else to turn to.
Say, what about your parents? I see. Don't worry. Leave it to me.
Thank you. The trial is tomorrow at 10.
What? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
What if this guy refuses?
They told me if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me.
When will that happen?
They're giving me until 4 this afternoon.
And visiting hours are almost up. I'd better hurry. Right, I'll be back. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard.
No, it's okay.
All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it.
I've kind of gotten used to it.
Let's see.
That morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for upcoming trial.
That's the thinker clock that Larry made.
It practically qualifies as a serial murderer by now.
So then, when did you arrive at the office?
It was right around 9. The lights are off and I could smell blood.
Then I found her, my sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now.
Alright, let's go.
If you keep saying to put things in pins and things, I will make a conspiracy board. You might as well, cause we got a bunch of stuff to go through. Damn, only cases are actually that fast. You might as well do a conspiracy board. Might as well. Do I need to present anything? No, probably not. Move.
September 6th, Grossberg Law Offices. Shima, I'm gonna run out of pins. It's okay, I'll give you more.
Let me get a notepad 1 sec. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. This is getting close to the lore in Minecraft. There's lore in Minecraft? I didn't know there was lore in Minecraft. I guess I'll just have to come back later. We're gonna snoop around, because that's what I do best. An expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is, but it's probably the most expensive one available. Is that a ficus? I did not know Minecraft lore existed. A table for clients. An elegant ebony case, if I'm not mistaken, that lighter is made of solid gold. Even I can tell someone here's got money to burn. Why would you need that? Why do you need that? For what purpose? That painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oily paint is so thick, it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. What happened to the music? Nick, please. A solid mahogany desk. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. Man, he got money. Expensive-looking mahogany bookshelves filled with expensive-looking books. Funny. They don't look like they've ever been read. Oops, sorry. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Move. September 6th, Faye and Co. Law offices. And there's a lot of it apparently. Should I start watching Minecraft lore videos? There's another game that gives AA vibes that I think you'd enjoy actually. Is it that the Tears of Themis game? Is it that one? The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey! You there! This is a crime scene, pal! No trespassing! Your turn to die? Do I have that? It's your turn to die. I don't know if I've heard of that. Huh, interesting. Plant gone. I'm sorry. I don't know you. Sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that butts guy, aren't you? No. Phoenix Wright. How could anyone mistake me for Larry? Your Turn to Die is an RPG Maker game you can download or play online for free, pretty sure. Interesting. I should look into that. Ah, guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That butts guy, he was a killer. And you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. Right. And you were... Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right. At your service. Hang on. That's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. But be right there, sir. What voice am I doing? You're her lawyer, right, pal? You got business here. You better do it quick. Woo! He thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. It's Shima! Hi, Andre! Hello! Welcome to Ace Attorney. We're having a lot of fun. Do I dare? What is IRAC? IRAC? What is that? I'm taking notes. I'm committing to the bit. Yo, reading through the Ace Attorney Wikipedia is fucking wild, okay? You better have like a whole notebook because there's so much to uncover. So much. IRAC is how you analyze cases. Oh my god, is that like a note? It's like an acronym to like note taking basically. Woo! He thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. Bet. About Miss Faye. Did you do an autopsy? You wanna know the results, eh? Now don't look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. Alright. You can see the report, but that's all. Death was instantaneous. Oh, that's so rough. Issue, rule, analysis, conclusion. I knew it was gonna be something like that. That's like some stuff you would like. I can see that being that thing where you like fold the paper and then you have to like use the margin or something. That's like those note-taking acronyms really be like in all industries, I think. About Maya. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you aren't gonna win. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. At least it didn't hurt that much. Yeah. I know, at least she got peace. Yeah. I should show you my notes one day. LMAO if it's insane. Yeah. My brain is like going through like whiplash because I had a bark at one point. Yeah. And now I gotta. Yeah. This is some whiplash. Who am I? Yeah. I'm having some like identity crisis at this point. Yeah. I would love to see lawyer notes though. Yo, I actually saw this TikTok earlier of like someone's osmosis notes. Like, yeah, it was like notes for like a osmosis lesson in biology. Yeah. And it was like a work of art. And I was like, there's no way in hell I have time to do notes as pretty as that. Yeah. Like, no way in hell. Yeah. Why do you say that? Yeah. The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Yeah. I love Edgeworth. I love him so much. My mom is probably like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. Edgeworth. Yeah. I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all. Yeah. Phoenix right, but he's a cat boy. A cat boy? Yeah. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Yeah. That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Yeah. Why did I make him Southern? Yeah. That's not the right one. Yeah. Wait. You do know him, don't you? Don't you? What kind of voice am I doing? Yeah. I know him. He's a good prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. Yeah. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict. Yeah. Ah, don't talk about him that way. You make him barely sound human. Yeah. Just make him a hillbilly at this point. Nah, he's not a redneck. Yeah. Still, I'm afraid this pretty much decides the case. Look at this little smirk. Yeah. So, Edgeworth is on this case. Yeah. He hasn't lost a case since he became a prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Damn! Yeah. Of course, there are rumors of back alley deals and forged evidence. Yeah. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with his almost abnormal passion. Yeah. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Yeah. Alright. Present. Blah, 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 blah. Where should I present? I don't know. There was broken glass at the crime scene, right? Yeah. Hmm? Oh, that? Yep. Seems like a glass stand next to the victim fell over. The glass shards are pieces of the broken stand. Yeah. There was a piece of paper next to the victim, wasn't there? Yeah. Yeah, the one with the killer's name written on it. Yeah. Have you ever tried presenting the badge? Not in this game. I probably have when I was playing it on my DS. Yeah. Are you sure that Mia wrote it herself? Yeah. Given the conditions of the writing, it's hard to say if it's her handwriting or not. Yeah. So there's no proof that Mia wrote it. Yeah. Look, I'm a lawyer. Hmm? What's that? Sorry, pal, but I got no info for the likes of you. I think that's what they really do. Yeah. That's what they usually do. Is they're like, what's that? What that? I was wondering, do you know anything about this? Yeah. That statue? That's the murder weapon. Huh? He thinks the clock is just a statue too. Yeah. I'm starting to wish I'd never seen this thing. Yeah. I was wondering, did you see Maya's Faye's phone? What? Faye's cell phone? Yeah. Oh, look at her phone! Look at her phone! Oh, that? I have it. Yeah. Do you think you could give it back? Yeah. Sure! I mean, wait a second, pal. Yeah. Tricky lawyer. Yeah. Uh-oh, he's on to me. Okay, I can't be straight with this guy, but what should I tell him? Yeah. Something the matter? Oh, no. That carrying strap on the cell phone. This? It says... The Steel Samurai Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. Yeah. Okay, 5 minutes is up. Thank you for the nyas. Gumshoe is a himbo. Very cool. We love Gumshoe. The Steel Samurai. The Steel Samurai. That action hero on TV? Yeah.
You see, that strap is a collector's item. She was worried it might get lost if it went down to the precinct. That what she said? Yeah. Okay, pal. I wrote down all the numbers she called anyway. Here you go. Seems he didn't notice the recorded conversation. Ma, your cell phone! Check the court conversation record to hear the recorded conversation. I guess I've asked all the questions I needed to. You all done, pal? Yeah, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal. Lawyerly. Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. The witness? Yeah, Miss April May. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me her name. Miss May, huh? So have you already sent her home then? Haha, you're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not to go outside her room until the trial. So she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than to try to get a detective. I guess I should know better than to try to get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal. Time to pay a visit to Miss May. When it comes to dealing with lawyers, fight fair and square is our motto. I don't know how I feel seeing everything written up like this. It makes Mia's death seem so routine. Okay, let's go back. Let's go move to the hotel, I guess. The witness probably knows the killer. The pink hair can't be irrelevant unless the killer's hair wasn't pink, and if so, whoops, LMAO. That was a lot. We'll see. I have strong feelings. I have very strange feelings about this witness. I don't know if she's gonna show up, but I have very weird feelings about her. Oh my god. Oh my god, I forgot. Ah, shit. Wow. Oh, no, I don't like that voice. We're just gonna keep it. Well, hello there, handsome. Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth. You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that lawyer pal. Memo to self. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder. Gee, this is all something out of a movie. Y'all just want to do more nyas. It's all so exciting, I can hardly contain myself. Ooh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness. I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. Y'all out here like, whoop. Oh my god, it's so funny. Okay, but like, okay, so I don't know if they changed it in this one. They might have changed it, but like whenever she talked in the DS version, her boobs would like jiggle. They would like jiggle just a little bit every time she talked. It was so distracting. So I don't know if they like took it out of this game or what, but I distinctly remember her character design being like every time she would talk, her boobs would jiggle. Sometimes I just read some of the text in my own voices and I get surprised at my impression every time. It just changes. Like, I don't know. It just changes. Like, you just associate a voice with them. Yeah, her boobs would jiggle and it was so distracting. Oh no, not the Bobby animation. Our Bobbies. Alright, what's here? What the fuck is this? Is this a screwdriver? There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look. Hey! Hey! Oh, God! What are you doing? No touching!
Ooh, bad boy. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you?
Upset? I thought she was gonna explode for a second there. I wonder what became inside that drawer.
Ba, 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 ba.
The late summer sunlight streams through the window. There's the Fay & Co. Low office building, of course. You can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here, too. I think it would be a little difficult to recognize a face from this distance, though. Simple bed. It's been recently made. Nothing eye-catching here. The same level of comfy as that guy from the Nancy Drew game yesterday. Dude, all I can think about from the Nancy Drew game is the way that guy walked. This shit was so funny. Like, I was at work today, and that's all I thought about was just a guy walking. I was like, why do you walk like that? And yes, Basil, that's a good observation. There were screws missing in the phone, in the receiver of the phone, and I have a screwdriver. A little sus, huh? A little sus. Basil do be big brain. Ah, a still scene painting. Wait, shouldn't that be still life? Whatever. One of those is hanging on the wall. Phoenix does not have an appreciation for art. The flowers are fake as expected. I know sunflowers and tulips, but that's about the extent of my floral knowledge. And he's uncultured about flowers. Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident.
Ooh, observe! Incident! You sound like just a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary.
Better not encourage her. You know that thing that occurred, happened the other day? That bad thing? What did you see and what did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it, pretty please?
Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll just have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer.
Oh boy. Why is she like that? Wasn't Phoenix an art student at some point? I actually think he was an art boy. April is sus, vote her off. We do not stand April. This is one of those times that I am grateful for selective memory. I feel like that makes you like so good at these games. Phoenix dumbing himself down because of her. Could you just wait. Could you just who exactly are you?
Ew, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me?
No. Hey, I'm just doing my job here.
You know, you're cute when you blush.
Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right. Can you just tell me what it is that you do?
Well, no. You had your little hopes up, didn't you?
Oh boy. Please, can we get April out? I will beg or bark, whichever works better. I need to talk to her. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you?
Ew, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives, like on television.
Oh no, not me. I'm just a lawyer.
say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues? In the garbage, Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers.
Oh boy. I hate her! I hate her! I don't want to show her anything. We're moving. I don't want to talk to her. She has nothing for me.
Hey! What is it? Did you meet the lawyer?
Sorry. I haven't seen him yet. I see. I better go see if I can find this elite lawyer she's talking about. Oops, wrong one. No, wrong one. No. Seems like Mr. Grossberg is out. Well, maybe I should just wait here for him to come back? Ahem! If that wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard. Aha! So you're the one they say has been looking for me. Yeah, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined. That badge on your collar. Ah, so you're a lawyer, are you now? Yes, well, yes. And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed. Not busy? Then how come no one could get in touch with you? Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it! Well, sir, actually, it's about Maya Fey. Oof. Yes. Maya Fey. Go on. Why the strange reaction? Cha-cha. I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go on talking about cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible. Whoa, wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow? Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion. What's going on here? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? I want to call him Marv. You can call him Marv. You can call him Marvy. How can you just refuse like that? Please, tell me why you won't take on the case. Well, you just see, I'm just busy, you see. But the client is Mia's Faye's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, of course, I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye. Creep. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere. Thank not. Huh? Did you say something? I think not, I said. What do you mean? I'm terribly sorry. I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy. Why? I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave? Now. I have nothing more to discuss with you. What's going on here? How did you know Mia Fey? She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day, quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see. A mission? You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one. That's quite a painting. Ah, you noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The colors of the sky, the hues of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it, not even to you. I wasn't interested. It's not for sale. I'm not buying. Jeez. Alright, move. Let's go back to her. Marv! What? Why are you being a little sussy baka? Hiya.
Oh, you're back. Did you find the lawyer?
Well, what do I tell her? Well, see, just be honest. I I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? I see. I've been abandoned then. No, she's dead. What about your family? I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young, and I don't know where my mother is. Don't know? So she could still be alive? The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man and he ruined our mother's life. Ruined? After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer and she left the mountain. So, you live by yourself? Yes, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent or I would lose my powers. I feel bad for her, all by herself, up on that mountain. So, who is this man who, ruined your mother? About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. Police were running out of leads and they were getting desperate. Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they? The police convinced my mother to try to contact the victim. Wow. So what happened? The case was solved, we thought. You thought? The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with the medium had all been carried out in secret, of course. But a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. She, my mother, became the laughingstock of the nation. I see. White. Excuse me? White? That was his name. My sister told me. White? Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. 4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? No, you dummy! I made up my mind. I'm going to defend you whether you want me to or not. Huh? Why? Why? Well... no one is as sad as a person without any friends. I know. I've been there. A long time ago. Look at the baby! Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me. That's so kind of you. Oh, she's crying! She's crying! Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here.
But right, thank you.
Whew, she smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right?
Yes, and I trust you. So you trust me too, okay?
It's a deal. So, what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Oh, just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look into it that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. Phoenix backstory? Do I take note of that? Yes, you should. You absolutely should. Ooh, present. Where's your phone, my homie? Hey, I got your cell phone back.
Oh,
Say, can I listen to my sister's voice? Oh. Maya's eyes closed. She listened to every word with such intensity. Before long, tears began to roll down her cheeks. Thank you.
No, that was so sad.
I think we can listen to it actually. Yeah, we can. Yeah, here it is. So this is the file or the recording. So you can see it. Professor, tell me what notes I should take. Definitely take. Okay, so like, I would take notes of stuff that reappear in the cases that keep coming up. I would take notes of that for sure. I would definitely take notes of like relationships. So yeah. I just realized Andre said a little bussy Saka instead of a little sussy Baka, and I think it's hilarious. Okay, I don't really want to present anything to her. Looks like Detective Gumshoe has gone home. The police are still keeping themselves busy in the chief's office. No one has time to talk to me. Guess I'll head out. Is this a ficus? Mia's favorite potted plant. I guess I'll have to water it now. It's the least you can do, Phoenix. An old movie poster. Apparently, this was the first movie that made Mia cry when she saw it. I'll have to check it out one of these days. Mia's desk, perfectly clean as always. The only thing it's missing is Mia. That's so sad. There's a horrendous amount of legal books here. Scarier still is that Mia probably read all of these. Insatiable hunger for knowledge. The sky is blue, and so am I. There's a hotel right across the way. Okay, I don't care about that. Where's the hotel? Let me in. Is she gone? Oh, God. Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are? Ah, I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment at your service, sir. Oh, right. I have just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? Ah, I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the, facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my lead. Please stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait. No! Hey! Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait. Now's my chance to snoop around a bit. What? Ah! I almost forgot. Ah! You came back quick! Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. Wright of Blue Corp phone. Oh, right. Sure. Mr. White of Blue Corp? Where have I heard that name? White. That was his name. My sister told me. White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? Wait, I don't need that. What is this? A bottle and 2 glasses are on the table. Somebody must be staying with her. There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap? What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Wiretap. Added to the court record. There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this, I know it. Alright, I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For now, for Maya's sake, I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait, I mean, you know what I mean.
Oh, bellboy, still here?
Uh-oh, time to scram. I look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. He's so awkward. Yes, we save. Phoenix is so awkward. He's so awkward. Yes. Okay. Alright, day 2, the trial. Phoenix has never touched a woman in his show. So you have 2 suspects, Miss May and the other lawyer. Wait, the lawyer dude. Okay, I was like, which lawyer? Are you ready to meet my homie? He's not my homie actually, but I love him. I just don't know why I love him. Yes, Marv. Okay, yeah, I was like, I forgot about him for a second. I was like, who the fuck is that? Are we ready to meet Edgeworth? I love him. I don't know why I love him. I just do. Let me take a sip real quick. Hang on. I love Edgeworth. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. Better not show any signs of weakness today or he'll be on me in an instant. Yeah, he's the guy from the memes. They're both from the memes. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. I love him so much. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name... Keep making him Southern. He's not Southern. I'm trying to make him like a New York person. I can't do it. Coffee. My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. There we go. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. Oh no, I gotta give everyone a Cali accent. You're right, they are in California. I forgot. But I feel like Dick Gumshoe's from New York. I don't know. You're right though, everyone else is from LA. They're all in LA. Everyone's a surfer boy or a valley girl. Oh, is it the body shape? The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Oh, sorry, that was Edgeworth. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. I don't know why the body looks like that. Is it because it's like a top view? I was like... If you can say Dick Gumshoe, you have a little accent. I think it's like a top view, so it's kind of like whack. Coffee. It was a heavy weapon. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Please testify to the court about this hard evidence. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. Oh my god, if we had like a bunch of people reading the lines, that would be so funny though. It really would. Because there's so many fucking people in this game. The very moment you say. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh! Smack! Hey! Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in the witness testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked a lot of times. Heh, I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. That's also why I like to press everything, actually. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Howdy! Who did you say you got a call from? Hey pal, don't play dumb, you know who. The call was from a customer at the Gate Water Hotel. I was gonna call it the Gate Waterway or something, the Gateway. From the Gate Water Hotel, right across from the crime scene. Okay, I pressed. Not sure it did much though. Right, please continue. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm gonna go back. Actually, no, I don't. I wanna go back. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you two stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. Well, he does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care. No. Why is that? What's your reason? Why? We had a witness account describing her. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I had heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Fuck. Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious and she sure isn't pink, pal. What do you mean she's not pink? Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. We need audio of you just wallowing along to the music. I'll do it. I'll do it. This is one of my favorite sounds. It's just like wah, 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 wah. It's one of my favorite tracks. It's so iconic too. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Oh, he's being testimony again. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Your Honor, Detective Gumshoe is sus. Permission to vote him off? He can't be sus because he works for the prosecution. He's just a little himbo. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How do you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir.
Yeah, I didn't think that was evidence either, but you know, we'll let him have his moment, I guess. Whatever. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. And did you find any evidence? Now, don't jump the gun on me, pal. Just listen. I'm getting to the good part. I got a bad feeling about this. I love his inner dialogue. Phoenix's inner dialogue is literally how I talk to myself sometimes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Oh, then who did write it, smarty pants? Who? Wait, that was stupid. Wait, okay. I had a brain fart. He was definitely a military brat. I feel like he would be naturally loud. Oh yeah, Gumshoe? I feel like Gumshoe is definitely very loud. And he definitely says sir a lot, especially to Edgeworth because he works for him. She was framed! Objection! Oh god, the way he says objection. Objection! It's like so clear. Hold on. If that was the case, where's your evidence? He's so smug. Huh, I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal. Well, detective, tell us what was written on that memo you found. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Do you have any proof it was Mia who wrote that? Of course I do, pal. Uh-oh. He sounded pretty confident. This might not be good. Edgeworth's kind of fun. I see why you like him. I like a nice professional man. He's so professional. He's got it together. But he also actually I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that right now. It was a spoiler. I'm not gonna say the spoiler. Well, I'll let you figure it out. Shima, I'm gonna need you to calm down. You weren't here earlier when Myth was like, I would smash Phoenix Wright. You weren't here earlier when Myth said that in chat. I wish I had it together the way Edgeworth does. I wish I had it together too. Myth was sipping so hard. I thought that was so funny. What kind of tests were these again? Huh? What kind? Well, I hear they take the, little bits in the blood. The, hermoglobin, hermoglobin, bobbins. I refuse to testify on this matter, pal. I'm no expert on blood tests. Yes, that was quite clear. You may continue with your testimony. Thanks, pal. I mean, Your Honor, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Yeah. I look forward to your next evaluation. As should you. Aww. Uh-oh. That was a mess. Right? Where was I? See, he works for Edgeworth. On which hand was the bloody finger, detective? The right hand. She was right-handed. Ha ha ha. Nice try. Uh-oh. I guess it wasn't too hard to see what I was getting at there. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victims actually write the killer's name? Sure, it happens all the time in books and movies. This isn't a movie, detective. Oof. Let's talk about reality, shall we?
I guess I shouldn't have heard. I guess I haven't heard of many cases, no? Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal. Objection! Stop right there. Hang on. I want to see if I can... Oh yeah, let's turn the... Oh, wait. Is the music too loud now? No, it's okay. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer.
Ooh, y'all got big brain energy. Y'all got big brain energy.
That didn't go so well. That's right. What he said. That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. Also, just a reminder to not backseat. I'll invite y'all to like, what's it called? To conjecture and guess when I'm like, ooh, guess who did it? Because sometimes I actually don't know. So my brain works a little slower. So like, sometimes I'll see the chat and it's like an accidental spoiler, but it's not really a spoiler. So just to kind of like keep that in mind. I'll actually invite you if I know something, because if I don't say anything, I might not know it. So yeah, but y'all got big brains and I love that. I love that energy. Okay. Okay, there's Maya. Victim's blood. Before she died, she wrote the victim's names. Okay. More. I got this stuff. Yeah, I like observe. Yeah, I like take. I have like a lag when it comes to certain things, so I like to exhaust my options. But yeah, you do have really good memory. Just don't spoil it for everyone else too, because that's something you gotta be careful about. So don't spoil it for everyone in the chat. But when I know, I'll invite you guys because I want to hear your opinions. So when I'm like, ooh, what's that? Then you can say all you want, but let's not spoil the game for everyone either. Just a little, what is this? A warning? That's not a warning. What is it? What is it? It's not a warning, necessarily. I'll just bark until you need input. Just bark. When you get excited, just bark. Then I know you have an idea. How about that? I actually like that. If you have a clue, in your head of what's going on, then you can bark. Objection! Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying? Air bet is when you just bark. I've also never seen this game in my life, so I will try not to. Okay, no worries. Yeah, I didn't think it was like you spoiling on purpose, but like it's kind of like that thing where it's like people take longer to figure stuff out, and so if you say it before they can think it, then it's like it takes that away from them. I'm also not mad, by the way. I'm not mad. It's just something I do want to bring up so that we're all on the same page since we're all here. Again with the floppy paper. Phoenix, my man, please, we cannot read that. Just look at here. Just flop it around. Look at here. What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But No butting your way out of this one, detective. Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Oh, I'm so glad I turned up the sound effect because now you can hear his objection a little better. I beg your pardon, but where exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When the fuck did I get this? When did I get this? The day after. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see! Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Yeah, he bows. Like a bougie-ass man. Something you want to say? I don't want to say any of these. Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. Also, can I squeak or beep instead? It goes with my OCs that I may or may not have had entire allure for already. Yes, you can beep and squeak. You can excitedly squeak, squeak, and beep, beep. You can do whatever you want. Ace will bark. Ace has offered to bark. You can beep, beep, and squeak, squeak. I approve. You got a beeper and a barker. My chat is just gonna be like barking and beeping and like yelling. That's so funny. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will. The evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. We are a barnyard, Your Honor. Shima Zoo! Welcome to Shima Zoo. Take your pick of your animal roll. Enjoy your stay. Understood. The court accepts this evidence. Autopsy report. Updated. Died from a blow by a blunt object, may have lived for a few minutes after being hit. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Do her bobbies move? Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Does her bobbies move? Witness, your name, please.
April May.
Oh, they do move! Shit, I still move. Also, keep in mind we might have minors in the chat. Don't get like lewd. Call them bobbies. Call them bobbies. We have minors in the chat, I think. We might. Call them bobbies. Oh my god, I thought they got rid of it. I thought they got rid of it. They did not get rid of it.
April May, at your service. Wink.
Oh my god, look at her! Did you see how she was standing? She was standing with her legs all cutesy too. Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. Why is she standing like that, bro? I have no idea. The witness will abstain from wanting? Is that how you pronounce that? Wanton winking?
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
She go woohoo! She does the boohoo face. Wanton? Okay.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
I fucking hate her. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Gee, I was like in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from the Faye & Co. law offices?
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw. I hate her already.
It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know? And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was that mousy girl sitting on the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her.
Too much pee. Why is she like that? I don't know. This is a grown-ass woman.
Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw.
Oh,
Every little bitsy wincy. Wink.
oh. The way the bobbies is when she winks. Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any... Wait, Your Honor? Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia's Faye's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Well, duh! I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. Aren't you, like, required to cross-examine a witness? I like physically recoil when the bobs move. It's so unnecessary. And she winks too. It's like hee. Like, girl, put them away. Put them away. If only because I have a feeling Edgewood doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination.
It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know.
I actually don't know what's in my thing. The broken means... I think I'll have to present this at some point. Why did you do that?
Huh? Why? Like, why what?
Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something?
Oh, well, gee.
What? That's it? She can't get out of this question that easily.
I sort of, you know.
Oh my god!
I'm feeling.
Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one? Go for it. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely, you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night.
Ooh.
God, she's so angry. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. Badgering? You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed.
Yeah! Stop him! The poor girl!
Order. Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Poor girl. What about poor me? You looked out the window. What did you see next?
Ooh. Basil got beep, 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 beep.
That's so cute. I love that. I love this new system we have. Basil got big brain beeping power. Let's see if you're right. I think I have to present something.
It's not a woman with long hair being attacked.
I think I have to present something with the map. A woman with long hair. That was Mia Fey.
Slender, sort of. Well, like, some people might say pretty, if that's your thing.
Your thing? And the person attacking her?
The one attacking her is the mousy girl sitting in the defender's chair.
Can I say? Not yet. Not yet. Let me go through the stuff real quick. Mia was very pretty. How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay?
There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. Wait, oh shit, I didn't...
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... Oh, shit. Fuck. I don't know what I'm doing now. I fucked up, I think. I fucked up. Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yeah, what's the meaning of this? Someone tell me because I'm clueless. About this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. Oh. Did I do something right? Ho ho! Hey, yo? Am I onto something? No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. Phoenix? Phoenix? You cannot say that. Phoenix? You have no room to say that. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But,
Still, we don't know if she was dressed like that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
what are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think of the trifling details were necessary, darling.
Ew, she said darling. Phoenix is spiking here really out here with this audacity. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. Why is she raw in court? She really did. Raw with an O, mind you.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise.
Wink. I hate her. You're testing me again if you would. Damn, I almost had her. Hey, yo, I did an accidental rightsy-whitesy.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. She ran to the left.
Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. That kind of statue clock? The thinker, I think? Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you?
I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Yeah, okay, so that's what you have to press on, is the fact that she ran to the right, but she went to the left. Is that right? As in your right? As you looked from the hotel room?
Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right! It was my right hand, right?
Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue. I'm gonna keep pressing because I like details. I think you might be thinking the same thing, because she ran to the right, but I think she's ran to the left. How convenient for her to remember her hippie clothes.
That's what she was wearing.
Oh, bark, 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 arf, 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 arf. Okay, we're just gonna go for it. Oh shit. It goes this way. This way. Because if you look at the map, it says she ran to the right. There's a wall there, so she went to the left. Oh shit, was that not it? Wait. Oh shit, I got that wrong. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Damn, wait, that was wrong? Shit, what? What? Okay, Beza, go ahead and say it. Oh, is it this? This clock thing? How did she know it was a clock? Oh shit, maybe that's it. Oh shit, it's that! Cause how did she know it was a clock? Is that what you were thinking, Basil? Yeah, how did she know? That's a good point. Yeah. That was it. Oh shit, hang on. I'm gonna press this real quick. I wanna see what she says. Where did this weapon come from?
She picked it up from the desk.
I see. What sort of weapon was it? Okay, yeah, it's this for sure. Objection! Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
I hate her so much. You just said that the statue of the thinker was a clock, but there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too, and he was found guilty of murder. All my homies miss Miss May. Hate Miss May. They do not like her. Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? Objection! The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. No, I will not. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Blink, blink. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Woo, that was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over.
Huh? What? So, what happens now?
I hate her. What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's because I heard it? Yeah, I heard it. Say the time.
So you've been to the law offices of Faye & Co?
Hey, say that? Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room.
The law offices of Faye & Co, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. Bro, how loud does that clock gotta be? Also, what is with her hands over her face? It's like the boo-hoo face, like the oh no, like the cry face, because she's trying to be a cat. Dude, what kind of clock gotta be that loud for you to hear it? That's such a fucking loud ass clock. What the hell? She could easily have heard the clock. No way. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, I am not. No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that clock in question rang. That clock is missing its clockwork. Basil's freaking out. How could you possibly? Just take a look right now. Oh! See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. It just screams it across the street. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. Therefore, this witness, she's twitching. Oh my god, her eye is twitching. Look at her eye, it's twitching. Is a big, fat liar.
Fat?
Well, Miss May? Tisk. Quite a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed?
Hell yeah, I can.
Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is in the phone! Oh my god, there's accents on Basil's beeps. When you get so excited, you start putting accents on your E's. It's this one. Because... oh shit, I fucked it up. Yeah, it's not working because she took out the clockwork. Take that! Take that! Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Judge, that's not the point.
You have a girly phone. She's like, you have a girly phone.
That's so fucking funny. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. Let the man have a girly phone. A recording of a conversation he had with the victim on the day of the murder. I'm Bree now. Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Look at him. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. Good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for this big fella. Let's hear the conversation. Beep. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Beep. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. What is that noise? I want you to know that you've turned me into an Ace Attorney fan. Thanks for that, Shima. Hey, yo, you're welcome. You will not regret it. You will absolutely not regret it. Hey, yo, welcome to the fandom. Hey, yo. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Oops.
Bobbies. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? The witness claims she has seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well, then let's see it. Please produce this evidence that would provide the witness had not seen the clock before. The loudest beep, like the Amber Alert beep, just like loudest beep in the world. This shit. Take that. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible! Everything is sold in stores!
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh? Excuse is not on sale today.
her bobbies are doing a thing. Oh. Oh.
What's it to you, porcupine head?
Oh. She's not cute anymore.
That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die!
Oh. Okay. Okay. I don't know about dying. Whoa. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Oh, so silly me. Did I, like, lose it? I guess I did.
Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? God, look at her face! Ma'am, please put those bobs away. They need to be gone. Her hearts are upside down too. That's how you know she's mad. Look at her face. Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Yeah, I got a lot to say. Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. Ayo. Have a look at this.
Oh, that's...
I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia's Faye's phone, were you not?
Oh.
Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely! Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Yeah, she did. Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. What? Cutscene. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the... Is it not this? Wait, what was the question? The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock. Wait. Oh, it's this, right? It's just her phone. It's a clock. Is it just not this? I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim.
Beep. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while.
Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on for me.
Again? What is it this time?
It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. He kinda stupid. A little stupid. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. And am I wrong?
I...
Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. What the fuck are these noises? Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May,
Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer?
I mean, that's what that's what I am. That's what I am. Yes.
It's no fair! All of you ganging up on me like that! Oh, I'm the bad girl, is it? Is that it?
I fucking hate this. That did it. The court's seen the real Miss May now. Now to deal the final blow. Oh, shit. Why did you tap her phone? She says lawyer like an insult. Like, doesn't she have trying to prove her innocence? Yeah, it's her. Whoa. Actually, she was a witness. I guess she technically didn't expect this because she was on the prosecution side, but now she looks like a criminal. So, whoops. Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question.
Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping irrelevant?
Ah, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder even though you tapped her phone? Ha, I like to see her pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking I like to see her pull that off, weren't you?
Damn, she's good.
Well, you're not the first man who thought that, and of course, I can and will.
You can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say. Way. And I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from the sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts, and then you have regular cold coffee.
Iced coffee?
Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Wink.
Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. Oh. Oh, so either way, it would have given me this result. I know, I was just thinking that. I was like, why are you drinking iced coffee at 9 o'clock at night? I mean, I do that too, but like, why you? So where does this leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever.
Beep.
You're not allowed to judge her then. I'm not allowed to judge her, but also it's like, that's something that stuck out in my mind too.
Beep. We beepin'? Really? We beepin'?
Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're going to let her just walk away? There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. Shit, what do I do? Fuck. I still think she didn't run to the right. 1-800, are we beeping? Do I want to talk to the bellboy? Or do I want to continue examining her? Right, on with the cross-examination. What exactly do you have left to examine, Mr. Wright? Miss April May has admitted to the wiretap, yes, but that bears no relevance to the case at hand. Murder! There's no way you can prove any connection. Uh-oh. Think. This can't be the end, but I'm out of evidence. Then I believe the cross-examination is over. Mr. Edward, does the prosecution have another witness to call? None, Your Honor. She's the last. What? But that means Maya's guilty? Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? The defense would like to call the bellboy after all. Okay, I was supposed to do that. Just... As I thought. May I remind you, dear Mr. Wright, should you question the bellboy and Miss April May's alibi prove to be solid, then by default, your client, Miss Maya Fey, will be pronounced guilty. Are you prepared to accept my condition? Edgeworth. He's got me backed into a corner. I don't see any other way to take this. I'm doing a think-donk. I accept. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. Can I save? I believe we're ready for the witness to testify.
I thunking real hard in my corner. I love y'all.
Any theories? I mean, I know what happens in this case. It's just a matter of like, how do we crack it? Because I remember this case too. So I like know what happens. It's just a matter of like the order that shit happens. I still don't think she ran in the right direction. So clearly someone's lying. Like clearly Miss May like was just waiting for the murder to happen. I also still don't believe that like she ran to the right. Anyway, he certainly does look like a bellboy. Hi. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. If you ran to the right, the glass thing wouldn't be broken. That's true. That's what I was thinking too, that like, clearly the mess is all on the left. So she couldn't have run to the right. It's just a matter of when can I present that evidence. Like, why did he bring tea to the courtroom? Because he was working. So he just brought all his stuff. Yeah, so we just have to figure out when to present that information. Because clearly, someone's lying. Someone's lying! I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel in business for 4 generations. I believe- oh, he brings the tea, alright, the piping hot tea. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. Oh gosh, she's flirting with him too. Is she holding his hand? I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. You know what? No, I think she's doing the Debbie one. The Debbie Ryan. Debbie Ryan. That's a good point. Okay, you know what? So in the room, there was 2 champagne glasses. So maybe I can get the bellboy to talk about why there were 2. She does go ooh woo. You're right. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Right! I'm ready! Oh, this is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. I am the head bellboy, blah blah blah, whatever. She ooh-woo in the courtroom. What exactly is it you do at the hotel? Why, anything required of me, sir. I check in guests, I check out guests, I clean rooms, I make beds. I even deliver room service, sir. Man, do you get paid enough for that? I checked Miss May in personally. Are you always so prim? Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking frivolous questions. I believe I received a call from 8, blah blah blah. Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them. And I... The point being, I remember her quite well, sir. She's talking about her bobbies. She's talking about her bobbies. I don't know how to save. Can I save in the middle of a thing? Oh, I can. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, I can save. Oh. I didn't know I could save during the middle of this. Okay, thank you for the save reminder. I didn't actually think that I could save in the middle of the game. Yeah, her bobbies. the point being, I remember her quite well, sir. Yes, what then? She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. 9 on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9? The time of the murder. I brought it to her precisely at the time requested. Precisely 9 then? Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir, 9 p.m. How can you be so short? Miss May was quite insistent that it would be brought then.
Oh, bellboy, teehee. I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock.
Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir. Why would she be so particular about that time? And I delivered the iced coffee to her, whatever. That's sus. Are you sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with a what? Embrasser, sir? Embrasser? Oh. I was like, what? It's French for kiss, sir. Not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Okay, that's too much information. I don't care about that. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. That's too much information. Pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Just finally you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Hang on. I think... there's something about, like... the fact that it's like the crack of 9. That's why I'm like, kinda, it's weird. It's like, why is it exactly at 9? But I don't have anything to prove that. What do you wanna say? What do you wanna say, Basil? She's 17. She's a baby. God, he's 64. She's 23. She's like the same age as everyone. Oh my gosh, she's like the same age as everyone else. Maya was written on the receipt, was it? Maya was written on the receipt, was it the one of the iced coffee? Oh! The receipt was from a department store or something. It was from a department store, so it wasn't for the iced coffee. Good thought though. Good train. What do I do? What do I do? I don't have anything right now. I don't have anything that suggests... I'm gonna approach this anyways. I'm just gonna approach this anyways. Does the defense have something to add? No. One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Tell me again about room service. Again, sir? At exactly 9 o'clock, I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee. $18 was the charge, as I recall. I see. $18? Doesn't it seem a bit expensive? Yes, well, iced coffee for two, you know. Ha ha! Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! He slipped up and said two. There's two in the room. Ha 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 ha! What did he say? Okay, that's still really expensive, but still. What did you say? Huh? Oh, rather quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room? Objection! Having so much fun. I object. I object. That was objectionable. Thanks, Edgeworth. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. Objectionable. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite. Indeed. It was the, good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Oh! Rough. You fool! Oh, that's rough. I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who was this other person? Simple. It was... the man who checked in with Miss May. Oof! Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yes, Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the man from this court. Oof! Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough! The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. September 7th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. I love how you like accidentally turned off your caps lock and it sounds like the most like nonchalant like arf arf bark bark.
Mr. You were amazing in there.
Really?
I think I might be your newest fan.
Oh, I was just doing my job, you know?
Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too.
Huh?
That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips, it sent shivers up my spine.
You say so.
So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
Well... No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see.
But I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
That man was with Miss May. He's the key.
Oh, I get it.
What happened to Miss May after that anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find out more about this man.
Do you think he was the one who...
Maybe so.
Sis.
Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise.
I'm counting on you.
Yeah! I asked for a full record of Miss April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. Hey, yo! That's the part that we need for next time! Because they lied about it. Hey, yo! Okay. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. Okay, so this case is not over yet. There is another investigation phase, and then there's another court phase. But it is currently 1 a.m., so we're gonna have to stop for today, unfortunately, and come back next week. I might do 2 days of Ace Attorney next week because we finished Nancy Drew. God, it's been so fucking long. Yeah, it's been a really long ass time. I want to raid someone today because I think they're still online actually. They should still be live. I was thinking of raiding one of my friends, yes, Sai, who's currently doing a subathon. They are celebrating 2 years sober, so I wanted to pass on the love to them and you know, just say hi. Some cool stuff. So yeah, they're celebrating 2 years sober, so we're gonna go say hi. Yeah, our raid, Pog. So we're gonna go raid Sai. They are currently playing Unravel 2, so I think it's a little collab for them right now. I don't know. Their collab started at, I think, like, sorry, their subathon at 2 Pacific, I think? So they've been at it for a while. Alright, let me go ahead and set up that raid. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you so much for watching. That was brilliant. The best. Amazing stream. Absolutely amazing stream. We'll be back next week with Ace Attorney. Tomorrow I am not streaming, but I will be on Yon's channel with our Stardew Valley collab. So please check him out. He is my lore partner in the sense that he's my cat. We love my cat. So I'm gonna go play Stardew Valley with my cat tomorrow. So go please check out that channel. And then on Sunday afternoon, I'll be playing more Five Nights at Freddy's. But yeah, without further ado, let's get this raid started. Please send Sai your love and support. Borb raid, and I will see all of y'all later. Bye bye. Good night. Thank you for everything. Bye bye.